Hi, this is Robert Plenick, the owner of Brutal Iron Gym. In today's video, I want to show you a treatment with a lacrosse ball. This is a self-treatment you can do to release some tight musculature in your chest. So it's not uncommon that if people are training their chest often, or if they have a kind of a job where they have like to sit forward at a desk or something like that, that they're going to get tight musculature in the upper outer portion of their chest. Then whenever they try to do a chest workout, bench presses, dumbbell presses, things like that, they can feel kind of restricted in their ability to have their shoulder pulled back and down. So therefore they can't get as good of a stretch, and or they'll have pain in the front side of their shoulder when they try to get into that position. So with this lacrosse ball is something we can do to kind of open up that tissue. Commonly, one of the reasons why those tissues are restricted in movement is they're kind of clumped together, they're kind of stuck together. There's not a lot of good water and blood flow through there. The tissues are just kind of bound down. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some pressure and movement with a lacrosse ball that would be similar in concept to trying to open a plastic bag. You would actually pinch the bag and then you'd rub, and that separates the layers. Well, if we pinch with a lacrosse ball and then we create motion, that separates the layers. There's some other complexities to it and things, but this is the idea of what we're looking for. So the area that most people are going to commonly feel this tightness is if they take their chest muscle and they go out towards the outside edge, and you would feel like if you move your arm around, you'll feel where the front of your shoulder muscle is. You want to stay just on the inside edge of that where you're still on the chest, and then you're going to go up towards your collarbone. In this area, you're going to feel probably strands of tissue. If you need this treatment, you're going to feel strands of tissue that almost feel like strings. It's almost like you could pluck the strings. Whereas if you feel down in the middle of your chest, it's more squishy, more consistent. There's not like that strand or string-like feeling. So if you go up towards the front of the shoulder, but still on the chest, and up towards the collarbone, you're going to feel those strands. So that's the area, those tissues that aren't moving, which are kind of restricting movement and causing that pain. So we're going to take the lacrosse ball. We're going to find that area on the side we want to treat. So I have a wall right here that I'm going to be treating my right side on, so you can see. I'm going to take my right hand and I'm going to place it behind my back. So that way it kind of pulls open and exposes this tissue. If that causes you pain, just go ahead and let your arm kind of hang down. But if you can, get that hand behind you. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take the lacrosse ball in that spot that we pointed out. We're going to push into the wall, and then we're going to kind of go side to side, and we're trying to follow the line of the tissue. So our chest tissue kind of connects up here to the upper arm bone, and then it kind of fans out in kind of these lines here, like a fan. So we want to follow kind of that same direction with the lacrosse ball. Rather than going up and down, we're kind of going in and out. So hand behind my back, take the lacrosse ball, find that spot, and we want to go in and out. And if you do it correctly in the way that you actually probably need it, you'll feel kind of pinching pains. If you feel pinching pains, that's the separation of those tissues. That's actually what we're looking for. So there is a pressure feeling versus a pinching feeling. If it's a pinching feeling, you're probably actually opening up some tissues, which is good. If you just create pressure where, like if I just took this and put it in my arm against the wall, I can feel pressure. If it's that feeling, you're probably done. You probably got the tissues opened up. But if there's that pinching feeling, you probably need to work through that. So we'll typically do a minute on each side. I'll then go do, chest flies, maybe chest presses, just something to push some blood and water in there. And then I'll come back and do another minute as well. So this is a cool self-treatment for the chest. You can use it with a lacrosse ball. So give this a try. If you have any questions or you need anything, just reach out to us. Our email is brutalirongym@gmail.com. But give this a try, and I hope it helps.